Hi everybody, I'm Zach and I like movies, and today I will be doing a classic review for you. I will be talking about one of the greatest movies ever made, a masterpiece among masterpieces by one of the many masters of the movies. A film that is so influential in terms of the crime movies, in terms of police procedures, and one of the many reasons why this director is still seen as the best to have ever done it. I am talking about 1963's High and Low by the one and only Akira Kurosawa. And I'm mostly talking about it because there is a Spike Lee movie out this week, Highest to Lowest, which is, as he says, a reinterpretation of High and Low. So what better time than now? So, Kurosawa, right? Yeah. A name that really needs no further explanation, but also so a name so ubiquitous to movie canon that it's kind of easy to take it for granted. Like everyone and basically every major blockbuster and many franchises are really in the shadow of Kurosawa. Very directly in Star Wars' case, like Lucas was very inspired by and specifically borrowed film techniques and shots and story beats from Kurosawa's movies, and even in like more modern movies, how many times have we seen that Seven Samurai style story of an outlaw, an outsider is protecting a town from bandits, and it's like that's just Seven Samurai. Hell, that's A Bug's Life. Like it's Pixar's A Bug's Life too. But I gotta say, it's very interesting. The way that High and Low stands out so well is that Kurosawa's very much most influential movies and most sought after and most talked about movies are his Jidaigeki, his samurai movies. There's, of course, Seven Samurai. There's Yojimbo and Sanjuro, Rashomon, Ran. These are movies that are, again, so they are just so of the culture of the film canon that there's no argument against it. His influence knows no bound. And but every once in a while he did do something a little bit more set in more contemporary times, like in contemporary Japan, like Stray Dog or Ikiru. But High and Low I find to be not just his best of his contemporary set movies. I personally think this is Kurosawa's very, very best, and I do not say that lightly. Again, like I said, masterpieces among masterpieces, and it is, and I'm saying this because I think High and Low exemplifies everything Kurosawa does best with the camera, with his actors, and the way that he is just so accomplishing everything he sets out to do with his story, with his ideas, and again, just amazing cast of actors. There's an absolute plethora of Kurosawa regulars in here if you're familiar at all with them. Chief among them, the taking the lead, the immortal Toshirô Mifune, an actor that is just again almost larger than life, and one of the most handsome men to have ever been graced with the film camera. And here in High and Low, he plays Kingo Gondo. He is the head of a shoe company called National Shoes, and he is looking to wrestle control of the company and the factory from the greedy board of directors. All he wants is to make quality shoes, and the board is just coming at his throat at all sides, very literally in the camera. And they want to have more planned obsolescence shoes that go bad, and people keep having to buy them. We see that happens to us all the time, and with all the stuff we have to make. And but Gondo he's very prideful, and he says he's been working at that company as an apprentice. He started his apprenticeship at that company when he was 16. He's been working there for 30 years, and he sees the quality of shoes and the value of the shoes as a mark of pride and himself. He's very exemplative of the Japanese work ethic, especially of the time, both of post World War II Japan and modern day Japan too. And what he does and what he's but what the board doesn't realize, and what both Gondo's wife Reiko and his secretary, his number two guy Kawanishi doesn't know, is that Gondo's devised a plan. He's basically made plans and bought up more shares of the company and racked himself up to the gills in debt in a gamble to have majority share, so that he can just maintain control of the factory. And it is like at this moment he like has the check for 30 million yen in hand, and he's off to and he's like handing it off to Kawanishi so that he can head over to Osaka and cash it. Then he gets a call, and he's told that his son's been kidnapped, and he wants to the check was 50 million, and the kidnapper wants 30 million. That would bankrupt him. There'd be no. It's like, oh God, what do we do? But then the twist is, it's not his son that was kidnapped. It was his chauffeur's son. So they call the cops, and the investigators show up, and the investigator, the chief inspector, Tokura, is here played by the great Tatsuya Nakadai, who is again a Kurosawa regular. He's done many roles, from like the swaggering, very sexy, gun-wielding villain from Yojimbo to the very proud, tragic Shakespearean figure Lord Hidetora in Ran. And when the investigators come in, you have they even have like a more older bald guy that they call Boston. They're setting up surveillance stuff, and stuff to trace the call and all that. It becomes this great, not only this like tight bottle thriller of a capitalist moral play, but it begets this like great competence porn movie. Like, this is a movie this is one of those like great crime movies where the cops are very good at their job. They're very clever. They're very intuitive, which they're not to get on like a side tangent about propaganda and stuff. But this is why we like police procedurals, because we like watching people who are good at their jobs. And here it's such a very tense, very thoughtful, like I said, a very moral quandary that Gondo is placed in. Does he risk bankrupting his family for the life of his son, the son of his servant, of his more lowly chauffeur servant, Aoki? And it's all just so brilliantly told in this first hour, in these just some of the best, most compellingly choreographed and composed wide shots ever made. I will link videos in the description detailing better visually detailing these shot compositions. But oh my God, it's crazy watching this, and just no, like it's like watching this is after, if you've ever been to film school, is sort of like watching a Spielberg movie after you've been to film school. It's like you're watching, it's like you might watch in the Spielberg example, oh yeah, E.T., Indiana Jones, all that good stuff. But when you know what happens on a film set, how shots get set up, you're just utterly amazed at how cleanly these shots are done. And because so many of these shots will be just the way that they bring together multiple people, there'll be a shot where it's evocative of this cover right here, where Gondo will be listening to the kidnapper on the phone, and his wife is right on his shoulder, and Kawanishi is right at his side, but that's just a 3-shot. Then the camera will even hold on a bit of a wider shot, where where you'll have the investigators listening in, and you'll also have Aoki, who's almost constantly in this section framed at a distance. You'll always be positioned in the background, like just nervously clutching at his son's shirt, or he'll be like off in the side, just like pitifully, like he looks very pitiful in these scenes where he's just head down, constantly just just tightly wound, just looking so sorrowful and pitiful. And this is a thing that Kurosawa always did so well, with like how he not only positioned his actors, but with sort of how he would have his actors play the roles physically, it's sort of like something that might take a bit getting used to if you're not familiar with it. Like I dove into Kurosawa headfirst with Seven Samurai when I was like 16, and it definitely was unexpected, because the acting style, it's much more theatrical. You know, it definitely owes a bit to Japanese no theater in terms of like the physicality and the sort of rhythms of the acting. Like there'll be it's done in a way to like give absolute clarity in terms of like how you're supposed to feel of the scene, how every actor is on every character is feeling at that moment, whether it's, you know, if they're like offended, they're like very stand up very quickly. If they're more ashamed, if they're more, say, embarrassed or ashamed, or just sort of like trying to keep to themselves, they'll just sort of sink in and sink their shoulders, and their heads will sink down, or even how they position in relation to the camera. They'll be when Gondo is wrestling, and I mean really wrestling with like, what should he do? He knows he can't risk. He doesn't want to risk. He doesn't want to risk throwing away his fortune, but he also knows he also knows he can't say no to Aoki, especially when he's here. So he's like, sometimes he'll just like have his back turned completely to the camera, even as Aoki and his wife Reiko are just physically at his side, just begging him to do the right thing. And even later, my God, you have a scene where Aoki is crying, begging, on his knees, bowing to Gondo to just pay the ransom and save his son. And Gondo in this moment is like pushed to the side of the frame, where he is quite literally trying to escape the corner of the room he is being pushed in. It's incredible. The blocking in this first hour alone would like service an entire semester of a cinematography class. It's perfect. Every shot is so brilliantly composed, so marvelously detailed. It's incredible. It really is incredible. They do not make him like they used to anymore. And he was the master for that very reason. It's brilliant stuff. And the way that he does this so well with character relationships in this same way, like when there's revelations about Nishimiya, and how he was like going to go behind Gondo's back with the deal, and there's a moment where it's just the two of them in the living room, and there's an entire chasm of space between them as they're on opposite sides of the room. It's something that feels so simple, but it feels almost so simple in execution, but like it really digs into the psychology of the drama, and it's brilliant. And from there's this absolutely very tense money drop off in the on this train sequence, and it's really great, because this is where like you get a lot of handheld camera work in this, because it's a cramped train. You're in there. You have the cops who are trying to get a glimpse of trying to get a glimpse of the kidnapper and any accomplices he might have, because this kidnapper is a crafty bastard. He thought of everything. They have to drop the money off of the express train as the train is moving from like drop it after a bridge. It's it's thrilling stuff. And from there, from this point on, it transitions out of this into the second act, where it becomes this absolutely meticulously detailed police procedural in finding the kidnapper, piece by piece, with just meticulous detail of the investigation. And this is it's just the piecing of information, the logic of the information, and how they find each piece of the puzzle is awesome. It's why. Listen, in fact, I want to point out, like, Will Menaker of the Chapo Trap House, he actually made a really great observation of this movie being part of a lineage of police procedurals that become forensic investigations of the society that they occur in. You know, there's Fritz Lang's M, there's the Boston Strangler, there's Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder, and Fincher's Zodiac. And here, this absolutely does do that, and it does it very well with the physical location of where this takes place. It's even in the title, High and Low. It starts in Gondo's manor, which is this house that's sitting on top of a hill, as we move on, we see these great. We see that the kidnapper had a clear view of the house on a hill from his much more squalor, where he lives in a squalor down below, and even the cops sort of point this out. Like, they're making some rounds trying to find what payphone he might have called from, and they're sort of look, and like they see the house like in the background. They're just like, yeah, I can see what they mean. The house bothers you. It's like it's looking down at you. And this brilliant moment, one of my favorite shots of any Kurosawa movie, where you have the cops talk, they're talking, they're doing investigations, they're following along this river, tracking to the right, and then tracking to the left. In the reflection of the water, we get our first glimpse of the kidnapper. It's so, that's the juice. That's so good. And yeah, the blocking still is the incredible blocking still carries on in this more open section of the movie, especially in the scenes where we're in the police investigation, like boardroom, and there's like 10, 20 cops just taking notes and stuff. And there's you have such great moments where you'll have and many of these shots last a good while, and whenever some information would like drop out, just like they're like, all right, like we have like something new and important, just put a pin in the board kind of thing, will be revealed. The emotion of the scene the emotion of that reveal is made more impactful because of how everyone surrounding them will react. Like, you'll have two cops, they'll be like they'll be standing, they're giving out the stuff that the info that they gathered, and then they'll say they'll say something very important, and then everyone in the room will just like turn and look at him, like 20 people. Like, it makes the impact of an emotion just reads so much stronger when when you see clearly the multiple reactions in the room happen, whether it be from like 3 people to 5 people to dozens of people. It just makes it just adds even more impact to the moment. And as it carries on into the seedier third act, we get much more we're diving straight into the seedy underbelly of Japan. There is dive bars. There is dope fiends. We get to Dope Alley, and it's just the most oh god, it's like the seediest looking underbelly ever shot. My god, you have this like alley of just of junkies that are like just writhing and just like writhing in suffering through the withdrawal, and and just like they're just like eyes, just like wide ghostly eyes, just begging, just standing up and begging for handouts of any passerbys. And like again, this the theatricality of the lighting and the shadows really emphasizes how grim this part of the town is. It's it now it looks like it looks it looks like it's almost like it's a zombie movie, especially when we have when we follow our villain as he's like trying to outwit the cops and follow through on this dope scheme he's working on. And I don't know how they did it, but my god, this guy has the most reflective sunglasses I have ever seen. It's I would love to see like the lighting riggings for just this guy, because like every time we like see him from the front, his everything is just reflecting off of his sunglasses. Even in this dope alley, he's like approaching this junkie prostitute out of the dark, like he's coming out of the shadows and his eyes are glowing. It's like an anime villain almost. It has, because like where it has the glasses have that glowing effect. It's crazy. I don't know how they did. I have no idea how they did it. And man, it's just from there. There we get our just another tense resolution where the man on high finally meets the man from below in this just a great final confrontation that's that almost begs that almost does beg some interpretations of because the class dynamics are definitely there, and they hit a lot harder nowadays. But there's not much interrogation or sort of like thinking through the villain's motivations. Even he openly says, "I'm not into one for self-reflection," and honestly, we're just sort of left to observe how he reacts and how he's so brashly brags about how he's not afraid of going to hell. It doesn't like he would feel, if I think of getting into heaven, I get the shakes. He says it's just, man, and just the final note we are left with is just one of Kurosawa's greatest endings. My God, just, man, this is absolutely one of the greatest ever made. Honestly, if you have not seen this movie yet, you are failing yourself. You owe it to yourself and to your friends to watch this movie, show it to other people, share this movie. Don't be intimidated by its black and white. Don't feel like don't just sigh and give up because you have to read subtitles. This is a masterpiece. It's highly accessible too. It's as good, and if not very much better than any contemporary mystery, any contemporary crime movie. It is an absolute masterpiece. On top of the masterpieces, this is this movie is very much as perfect the movie that it could be. I think it deserves nothing less than a 10. It is, again, it's a classic for damn great reasons. So I have no idea what Spike Lee is gonna do with this. An unenviable task trying to reinterpret Kurosawa. But hey, we've done that many times before with again, doing the story of Seven Samurai. But just straight up just straight up doing high and low beat, calling it highest to lowest, ambitious. So yeah, can't wait to see what that's about. And really, again, you really should get this. It's great. It's a great movie. It's actually getting a 4K release through Criterion. I think later this. I think it's next. I think it's September. Maybe it's October. I don't remember. But yeah, definitely got to get that upgrade. This is masterful. Just a great movie. Great Just incredible bug nuts blocking. It's great. Just a great movie. I'll just be repeating myself. And so I guess I'll just leave that for now. I'm Zach. I like movies. What did you think of High and Low? Have you seen High and Low? Please tell me you've seen High and Low. It's great. I have a lot more movies to get through. I still got Kurosawa movies to get through. There's still some ones by him I haven't seen yet. And I will see you all next time. Please check out movies. Movies are life, and life is worth living. And I will see you all next time. And you take care of yourselves.